All right, mateys. Let's see. I think I got that turned down. Okay, that's not important on the phone. I can sort of see the sun is just about to go behind those trees to my west, and I think that will help my vision, and I can start to see the screen. I never had time in the last couple days to look in settings on the computer to see if I can brighten the screen or make adjustments so that when I am broadcasting in daylight that maybe I'll be able to see the screen. Millie, welcome aboard. It's so good to see you guys. I know Carl's curious about the title or the description anyways. We'll wait till there's a few more people in the house. But he is right. Nancy Drew, welcome aboard. He is right. Like rules on a pirate ship. It is a new concept, right? But it's supposed to be was it honor amongst thieves. So actually when we get into this, it's going to be referring to Saturday night, this past Saturday night, but it's also going to include how we move forward from here, because I got a new idea, actually thanks to Susan, which would be Lucky Dog, and I've been mulling it over. Timmy Ray, welcome aboard. Been thinking about it quite a bit, and I think I've got some ideas. Hey, everything's flexible, it's open, it's open to suggestions. There's always tweaks and changes, and try to find the right balance, and then things change and it's like, oh, I'm looking for a different balance anyway. Things do change. But to use it for instance, my main focus, most of was on a special lady that lives on the opposite side of the state. Well, that rather fell through. Yes, you should have the crown. You're the king. But, they gave it to me tonight. I didn't want to go. It was Holly. She had coupons. I didn't get much, but I got a crown and I got a pop. Hopefully it doesn't make me sick. But I was rather thirsty. All right, we'll get back to normal here. Here, Timmy. The crown's yours. What the heck? How did that get on there? That's the bag for the computer. What about the hamburger? No, it was terrible, actually. I took a bite. Ugh, it was bad. I mean, it's not, Burger King is not what it used to be. Not in my mind. Yeah. Oh, and they've been advertising on TV some new concoction, burger, double bacon burger, blah, blah, big, whatever. And Holly had a coupon for it. So she got out of the paper or in the mail. Big deal at Burger King. Oh, no, we don't have that. Holly couldn't figure it out. She was giving them trouble. Let's wait a minute, Holly. Not all Burger Kings are created equal. This one we're at was probably a franchise store that someone owns 50% or more of it. And and they have to pretty much do the Burger King logos and this and that and this and that, but they don't necessarily have to honor all of the specials that the national corporation Burger King comes up with, because they are independent. So they don't have to follow all the rules. Go figure. But it took a while for Holly to realize what I was trying to tell her. It's just like, let's use a gas station, for instance. You go to the Marathon gas station and, oh my goodness, this. Fine. And you go to another Marathon station, it's all the same. You're like, okay, yep, all right, I got this item that I want. Oh, yep. Oh, good. This Marathon over here, they've got it too. That's good to know. Then some other time you're on the road and you stop in at a Marathon, you're going to go in and get your favorite drink or favorite soda pop, whatever, and they don't carry it. You go, wait a minute, you're a Marathon, you carry this. Those other two marathons do, and they go, we're not part of them. We're independent. But you're a Marathon. Doesn't matter. We're independent. Michelle, welcome aboard. Call the main office. The main office will tell you the same thing. Independent ownerships have their own rules. Excuse me. They do have to abide by certain things that are Burger King logos, and a few things, but they don't necessarily have to follow exactly the same menus as everybody else. And maybe they cook their burgers. We have a Whopper, but they don't get their meat from the same place that the other Burger Kings do, because they're getting it cheaper somewhere else. Remember the Burger Kings or a Burger King that got in trouble because they were using horse meat? You remember that, Timmy? That was an independent Burger King, not corporate Burger King. Okay, you go ahead and call. Let me know what you find out. All right. We got 10 people in the house. So the subject tonight, as many of you can probably figure out, is referring to Saturday night. I'm good with all kinds of humor. I'm fine. You know, I let people be their own selves. And it doesn't really bother me that much. If someone takes the Lord's name in vain, then I'm gonna be upset. But that's about the extent of my rules of life, if you will. The phone is ringing. Oh, Tina's here. What's so strange? It's only me. Well, Tina, perfect timing too. No, Saturday night, the jokes were getting to the point of basically female bashing, a little bit crude on the choice of words that we don't typically use in polite conversation. I realize this is not necessarily the most polite channel on YouTube, nor is it intended to be. However, I think we could probably act just a little bit more civilized. So when one of the moderators got upset and left, well, that upset me. I don't want to lose people. I don't want people being offended on my channel either. So oddly enough, it was a wake-up call. Not just for me. I'm hoping it's a wake-up call for everybody. And you got to admit, it was getting pretty crude. I'm okay with innuendos and, as Tina would call them, manisms. Yeah, they're fine, you know. You leave a little bit to the imagination, perhaps, to put two and two together and say, oh my God. But things are actually getting a little bit too explicit. You know, more or less on the let's add an extra X to triple X. No, that's not what I want on my channel. If you're looking for that, I'm sure there's channels out there. But now I may have a solution. Stop getting your pennies in a bunch. Yeah, they'll keep you on hold, Timmy. But the wake-up call is for me to say, hey, you know, let's kind of tone it down. But then I also talked to Susan, and she said, here's an idea. How about maybe switching one of the nights, maybe Saturday night? Instead of having guests the channel, have adult comedy night. Adult being the key word there. So anything pretty much flies, and it's stated that it's adult. You know, I know we can't control who's watching, but you know, if you say, hey, this is going to be adult humor, which means there's going to be somebody saying something about panties, Tina. Ooh la la. Got some good jokes about having a colonoscopy. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I know I can come up with some. Especially about the prep for your colonoscopy. I think I told you a couple of them that the prep is, they're going to give you that chemical that you're going to be eliminating food you've not ever even eaten yet. It's like the colonoscopy prep takes you into the future. Next week, Wednesday, the food that you haven't eaten yet, well, you're going to get rid of it tonight. I'm not sure when your colonoscopy is scheduled, but usually you take the chemicals that you drink the Kool-Aid the night before, and you're on the toilet for quite a while. Bring in some good magazines, or at least a charged phone or your laptop. Make sure it's charged, because you're going to be sitting on the toilet for a while. And just when you think you're done, you're not done. There's a comment. Okay. You're doing your prep tonight. Okay. I feel for you, Tina. Actually, you know, the colonoscopy, it's a walk in the park. The when you wake up, when you're starting to wake up, you know, if I was sitting there by you, I could say anything to you and you would agree. You would say, okay, because you'll be so happy. And then when you do get to leave the place where they do the colonoscopy, I hope it's not in somebody's garage, but I knew a doctor that had enough equipment that he could do it in his garage. But anyways, yes, he was a colon rectal surgeon. All of a sudden, you're going to be so hungry. I hope there's a Coney Island place near you, because you're gonna eat them. Yeah, your butthole's going to be sore, honey. Night of 1,000 waterfalls. I don't know what your question was, Timmy. I'm too busy laughing at Tina, or laughing with Tina. No, this is not Wednesday, Georgianne. This is a special. The title, I hope, explains a little bit of it, and then the description, I hope, explains a little bit more as to what we're really supposed to be talking about tonight. You have to fart before they release you. That's funny. That is truly funny, Susan. And it's true. The last time, let's see, I had mine, I don't know. I'm probably due next year for mine. The doctor was asking Holly today when she last had hers, and that was, I'm supposed to do mine every 5. I think she's on a 10-year schedule. But I remember we couldn't leave until she farted. And when she did, oh my God, talk about loud. You mixed yours with pink lemonade. That was probably a no-no, Michelle. I must say this in all seriousness. Detecting the possibility of any kind of cancer by having a colonoscopy, it's well worth it. Because if you don't do it, and I find out that you just died of colon cancer, I'm going to come and haunt you. The first opportunity I get. Really need to fart before they really. Yes, it's true. It's true. They want you to fart. Basically, they want to make sure that your pooter is tooting. Your pooter is tooting properly. All Burger King supposed to have everything in that place, and whatever you order, they're supposed to have it. Well, I'm sorry. This is not the first time that I've been at a Burger King that they don't have it. And I'm not talking about the same Burger King. I've been to many Burger Kings that, oh my goodness, this is great. And they did have everything. And then I've been to Burger Kings like, oh, no, we don't have that. Oh, no, we don't have that. We're sorry. No, we don't have. See, it depends on management, depends on ownership. Some stores are corporate and some stores are franchise. I'm just saying now, whatever they told you on the phone, okay. And will they think about what you asked them tonight when they go to bed? No. You know, Patsy and I have this saying that at the end of the day, nobody gives a rat's ass. It's just the way it is. My poor daughter. Where's Rachel? Don't tell me she's working for Burger King. I wish I'd be there, Tina. Of course, you and I had talked about farting before. Hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh, did they? Well, you don't really have anything to complain about. I don't have anything to complain about. I didn't care. At the end of the day, I didn't give a rat's ass whether they had it on the menu or not. But when you cross Holly with something that's not on the menu that she specifically has a coupon for, she gets a little pissed, to say the least. Actually, I have the option to not work. I intend to do a couple lives on Saturday, but you could change my mind. But I'm not scheduled anywhere. So Friday I'm busy all day long because it's the third, it's the first of the month, but it's the third for those of us who collect Social Security, which includes Holly and myself. Whenever the Social Security check arrives, Holly's, gung ho. I mean, she could be on her deathbed, but the Social Security check arrives. She comes to life and rises from the dead, and we go out and spend money. She does, anyways. Me, I'm fine. I don't have to. The anticipation. All right, that's great, Tina. I'm liking where you're going with it. It's supposed to be a nice weekend. One number you missed it by, Timmy? Oh my goodness. All right. Now, so before I forget and get sidetracked, because I'm terrible about getting sidetracked. Now I'm thinking about kayaking. But and I'm thinking about the Corner Bar in Rockford and the Rogue River. See how I said that, Tina? Not rouge, rogue. Rogue as in pirate type of rogue. Don't follow a normal path. I certainly don't. Neither does that river we're going to kayak. All right. Rules. Here's the deal. On Wednesdays, we're going to do our normal word game, and we're starting out tomorrow night with the letter I. I. Me. We're going to do that. And we'll get sidetracked a little bit, I'm sure. But we're going to keep the jokes kind of a little bit down, please. One of the frustrations for moderators, you can't moderate a moderator. So moderators, moderate yourselves. If you can't tell it in the 6th grade class at school, don't tell it. But maybe next Tuesday, we'll see how it goes. Maybe next Tuesday about this time of night, you can tell it. I'm thinking we should have an adult humor night. And Susan was the one that gave me this idea. She thought about it. So, well, let's have an adult comedy night, and so that people know in advance, okay, this is adult humor. And so pretty much anything can fly, but let's try to avoid the women bashing, I don't know if it was you, Carl, if it was Mark, the one about the flat forehead being a good place to set the beer can while. Yeah, nah, let's try to avoid those, unless you can tell it in a way that people have to use their imaginations as to what the hell did he say? Last 2 tests for the clearance for surgery. No shit jokes. The owner and stuff would have to change. There you go, Timmy. I agree. You can buy your way into anything. Thank you, Georgia. I was hoping for some encouragement here or some criticism. Negative, positive, either one. Shoot it at me. Shoot it at me. Well, Tina's got me saying the S word. Oh, saints. Oh, the saints. Oh, there's songs about it too. I'm thinking of the shit hitting the fan. The Shan had a fit. Poop jokes are too. They're very good. I ran across them. They're in the garage in one of my shops. And I have 2 shops in the garage. But there's a file cabinet. And in the bottom of that file cabinet is a pile of papers about this thick. And they are all from the 1980s and 90s when I was working for the colon rectal hospital. Yes. There's a lot of jokes that came out of the colon rectal hospital. Oh my. Well, thank you, Michelle. But yeah, I'm thinking, Tuesday night, this type of flavor, and hopefully I'll be wide awake. I don't know if I'll have to put toothpicks under my eyes. Start drinking Red Bull. Gives you wings. I don't know. But I'm thinking, why not? And maybe Tuesday and Wednesday will kind of be fill-ins, especially for, let's say, for M23, for instance. I will probably be too damn busy on Saturday to do any live streams. So the Tuesday and Wednesday ones could make up the difference. Well, I don't know. Play it by ear. Yeah, they do. 200 for 6th grade at 8. Might be. I don't know, Linda. Yeah, and Tina, you and I need to talk about when they do clear you for the surgery, as to when, and when are you likely to need the recovery, and is that covered? As far as, do you have a place to go? Are you going to Rachel's to recover? Are you going to recover with Tony somewhere? Or I'm thinking you can stand up at least in his van. Or if he's going to be way too busy, unavailable because he's got to work, well, I am flexible. I'll take time off and I'll camp out Wayne State Fairgrounds, whatever that is, or there's other places around Ann Arbor that are available that will take the bus, and you can be comfortable in the bus. And I can ride my bike to work. In fact, honest to God, I may have a motorcycle to ride back and forth to work from camp. Okay, you still don't know yet. All right, that's fine. But at least you know what I'm thinking. You need me, you got me. I'll be there. Actually, Michelle, I plan on being there Tuesday night. Will I do comedy hour on Tuesday night when I arrive there? Probably not, because I think it's going to be about this time of night that I actually pull in. Tuesdays can be rather hectic, and you know how it is, the last minute, you're trying to pack up, make sure you got your shit in order to go somewhere. Yeah, I'll get there about dark. Hopefully Troy will be around there somewhere. That's, Troy, camp maintenance guy. He helped me back in. Hey, it might be easier for me this year. Remember, the guy that cooks a lot with a B, the Gimpy Camper. Well, he had written me not too long after M22 that he had installed a brand new camera system on his rig for backing up, etc., security. He said, how would you like to have the old one? I'm like, oh, that'd be amazing. And sure enough, it's been about 3 or 4 months ago, it came in the mail. Great big box. It's kind of heavy, but there's the camera equipment, the recording stuff, and all of that. So I'm hoping I get that installed before I leave the cottage to head for M23. Okay, there's a comment from Timmy. You're going to start going live. I don't care. Or you can, whatever you want to say. I don't like it dirty. That's fine. That's another thing that Susan and I talked about. Well, if we say, hey, it's going to be an adult humor night on Tuesdays, not on Wednesdays and not on Saturdays, Tuesday. That's when you can let it fly. Now, for those who maybe don't want to hear the C word, I didn't say what the C word was. Come on, see, use your imagination. You don't have to watch. You don't have to stay. There are other channels you might be more interested in watching than mine. If you're not into adult humor, if you're just not in the mood. I like it when you talk dirty. I mean, maybe you're just not in the mood for adult, a little bit on the edge humor. And that's okay. Thank you, Van Mike. Welcome aboard. Barrett, thank you. The Gimpy Camper. He's cool. I really like him. Use headphones. There you go, Timmy. But as said, don't get too crude. Be a polite pirate. I think Carl already left. He doesn't want to hear this. Sorry, Carl. Tongue in cheek. There you go. Ren and Stimpy. Ma and Pa Kettle. See, they were never dirty. There was implications, though. Then there was some other, all the shows that were on TV back in the 60s and 70s, 60s, let's say 50s and 60s. There was a lot of ribald humor. There was a lot of humor that was right under the edge. And if you listened for it, you would catch it. Children would not catch it. Adults, oh yeah, I'd catch it. I can remember being a little kid wondering what the hell got under my mom and dad's seats. Were they sitting on feathers? They'd laughing their asses off about something. I didn't know. Next Tuesday night, I'll give you an example of some of the things they used to say to each other, and I didn't know until I got older. And then I knew, and I fell down on the floor like astonished and laughing my ass off because my parents were extremely funny. But oh my God. Huh. You might be a redneck if that's right. I love those. Jeff Foxworthy's fantastic. Here's your sign. I hope you have a really shitty night, Tina. Oh, there is a full moon coming up. Oh my God, no wonder I'm so silly. You hope you. Oh, I get it. Lynn Yoki, welcome aboard. Lynn, I've just made more of a less of an announcement that we're going to try to keep the rude and crude jokes for Tuesdays. We'll have a special Tuesday night adult humor, 8 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday. I think that's how we're going to try to fly for a while. And we're going to keep the word games on Wednesday. The why do we say it, and the poker chips and the giveaways on the scratch offs. That'll be Wednesday, so we'll be doing it tomorrow night. I'll probably put a thumbnail up. I still got to take a shower. I got to do laundry, but late tonight I'll put up a thumbnail, or it'll be tomorrow. I think I may have company at the house that may screw things up. I got to try to be to work at 7 in the morning, although it's flexible. I can be there at 8. I can be there at 9. They've given me carte blanche as to when I go to work. But I try to say, hey, I'm going to be here about 7, and I, by God, better be there about 7, because one thing, they're expecting me. Number 2, I said it. So I try to back up what I say. Michelle, Tina's laughing at me. That's good. Laughter is the best medicine. Under 18, that's a good thing to say. That gives you a disclaimer. It also gives parents a chance to say, oh, I am not going to let Johnny watch that Captain Jack or that Timmy Ray guy They're just too naughty. The name C in his phone for his ex-wife. Ooh, his 11-year-old son. Oh my God, that would be embarrassing. That would be embarrassing. How are babies made, Michelle? Okay, Michelle slaps forehead. You're right, Lynn. But anyways, to say this, Lynn, and I don't mind. Some people are not going to want to listen to adult humor. That's not their forte. I don't blame them. I'm okay. Hey, now, I hope we don't get all Red Fox and Richard Pryor around here. I think that's a little extreme. But, as said, as long as I know that you're not going to use the Lord's name in vain, I'm okay. I'm okay. You do use the Lord's name in vain, and I'll try to do my best to have you kicked out. I'm tolerant to a point. Saturday night kind of blew me out of the water. But the more I thought about it, it was a wake-up call. It was a wake-up call, not just for me, but for all of us. You know, we do have a tendency sometimes to get a little too carried away. That being said, you're going to be Red Fox and Jack McCole all on your own. Yeah, the happy adult hour. I like that, Tina. Where's my notepad? I got to write that down. The happy adult hour. I'm so happy I just shit. We should get Blind Fuse to join in. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, there's a man who can sling it and sling it hard and fast. All right. Happy adult hour. I like that. I think that's exactly what it's going to be called. So next Tuesday, it'll be the Happy Adult Hour Volume 1, or Chapter 1, Season 1, Episode 1. Raise your hand if you have to go number 1. Raise both hands if you got to go number 2. Tina's raising both hands. The Rowdy Bunch. Yeah. You're right, Lynn. We've had the Rowdy Bunch in here for quite some time. I mean, after all, we got Carl, we got Mark, we got Nancy Drew with the best on the block. Oh my gosh. Kyle's been coming in with a few. That one about geneticists and gynecologists last week. Did everybody catch that one? Tina, here's one for you. This is just a preview of things to come. Kyle said, what's the difference between a geneticist and a gynecologist? A geneticist looks up the family tree. A gynecologist looks up the family bush. Two. I hear you, Tina. I can hear you from here. James, welcome aboard. Hey, we're putting down some rules for the future live streams here. We're going to try to cool it on the adult humor on Wednesdays and Saturdays. because we're starting to get carried away, even to the point where we weren't even on point. Nobody was guessing the channel. In fact, I was being accused of putting up the same old highway for every guess the channel thing. Or what? I've seen that mountain before. I've seen that same mountain on 55 different channels. And I'm supposed to guess who the featured channel is. Bullshit. Anyway, yes, we've all seen waterfalls and rainbows. But so, and then Wednesday nights our game show, or not game show, but scratch off night, you know, the poker chips and the make sentences and make up words. And we have a few jokes that go along with that, because you can't help it. You see a word that, you know, it starts with the letter I, and sure enough, somebody's going to come up with, I know an I word. My I word, I want my poker chip. My I word is intercourse. Yeah, I've heard of that insurance company before. Intercourse, yeah. Anyways, pirate trickery. Thank you, Linda. Whose pick that is? I know, Tina. Actually, I borrowed it from you. You know, you've taken a lot of pictures of mountains. And everybody's going to say, Tina's the featured channel. No, she's not. Tina's not in the featured channel yet. Anyway, so James, that's what's going on. We're going to try to cool it, but then on Tuesday nights, this time from 8 till 9, we're going to have the adult happy hour, or the happy adult hour, or the have any kind of a day you want hour. I don't know, but no, I think it's going to be called the happy adult hour. Tina kind of came up with the best name, I think. And then Wednesday nights will be the normal fun with the words and the scratch-offs night. And then Saturdays will be back to guessing the channel. I'm going to try to come up with a little bit better ways. You know, I tried to make it really hard, Tina, because people like Susan and Linda, they win it all the time because they have photographic memories. They watch your video, okay, and if I put up anything from any of your 1,100 videos, they're going to say, oh, that's Tina's channel, because they watched your channel. They remember that little tiny 1 second blip that you showed Shamu jumping out of the water at SeaWorld. Well, they'll say that's Tina's channel. How? Well, photographic memories. They can't help it. So I got to use pirate trickery, as Linda calls it, to make it fair for all the other people who do not have photographic memories. So I got to give maybe misleading verbal clues that people can figure out. I don't know. If anybody has any suggestions on how I should conduct myself with Guess the Channel, please let me know. But I still think Guess the Channel is a viable thing. 2 reasons. I haven't seen him come in yet tonight, but you're right, Tina. And that includes you. Do I use the restroom only itself when I get done? Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean there. Thank you, Lynn. Lynn put out a video today. Okay, let's put up Linda. Can you put up Lynn the Okie's link so that we can at least put it up in the thumbnail and watch it later on tonight? The center of the world on Route 5. Huh. The center of the world. Yeah, Intercourse, Pennsylvania. James is saying, well, that's everywhere. Just knock on the door around here. Oh, yep, there's Intercourse. Misleading verbal clues. Yeah, Linda's looking forward to it. There's been a few times, man, that moon is so full and pretty coming up. I don't know if you can see it. Misleading verbal clues. There's a moon out tonight. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Who's that, Bobby V? I don't know. The center of the world. Have you been around the moon, Michelle? Oh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Kyle's jokes. Oh, his whole family. Oh my God. Oh. Well, Nate, Land Cloud Adventures, he'll tell you. And he has told you. When we were up at Pictured Rocks, oh my God. Nate and I had sore sides 3 days in a row because of Kyle and Cody. Kyle gets 2 or 3 drinks in and it's like, watch out, people. It gets crazy. And you know, the funny part is, a lot of Kyle's stories are based on true happenings. Now, I don't know what happened to my fairy light. I moved it. I bought a new one today, but I got to put batteries in it, and it's too dark to see what I'm doing. And of course, it's next to paradise, so la la. Well, that might be up by Christmas in the naughty store. Christmas, Michigan. You do have to have your ear full when I get done talking. You might fall out of your chair. I might just do that, Timmy. Hopefully the grass will be dry that night. That's the other thing. I'm going to try, because Verizon has let me down in a lot of ways with the signals at the cottage. By the way, Tina, I told them what you told Verizon. I'll tell you what I told my sister. But anyways, she was on her way to Verizon tonight to try to get one of those Wi-Fi boxes, home Wi-Fi. I told them how good it was working for you. Anyways, where was I? See how easily I get sidetracked? I get too many things going and I'm all over the fucking place. Oops, I said the F word. That'll be okay on Tuesdays. Well, everybody uses that word nowadays. You know, fuck used to be a shock word. Now it's everyday terminology. My, how things change. I suppose next week the C words will be common, ordinary, everyday, like saying the. Yes, Lynn, I've been to Christmas, Michigan. I think Tina's been there too. I just went to Christmas, Michigan just this past summer. A lot of fun. Timmy's gonna get his dirty mouth in. Only on Tuesdays, Timmy. Don't get slapped on Wednesdays or Saturdays with us. But Tuesdays, we'll let you get away with it for the most part. You'll know it when you're being chastised. When Susan tells you shut the fuck up, then you'll know, right? Okay. Yuck foo, yeah, there you go. Yuck and futs. That's how we are. We're yuck and futs. Lynn says, wow. I hope we're not burning your ears, Lynn. I notice our treasured home is not here. She probably left. Oh, well. Mark from Hitch Up and Tow. I was sad. He wrote me an email. He apologizing all over himself and said he wouldn't be back to bother anybody. And I wrote back to him and said, hello, you better be back. He's the life of the party. We just have to tone the words back a little bit. And, you know, we'll try to stay on subject at least as much as we can on Wednesdays and Saturdays. But on Tuesdays, all hell's going to break loose. What was that other song? Wasn't I Like It When You Talk Dirty? No, it's the other one. Is it not Jay Giles? Or maybe it was Jay Giles. Which one, Tina? You know all the musicians. Talk Dirty to Me. What group is that? Don't remember. Or maybe never knew. But I heard it earlier today. And I thought of you. Nope. Michelle, Frankenmuth is known as the Christmas town. I've been there a few times, so is Tina. She's recently been there at least a year ago and did some filming. Frankenmuth is mid-Michigan in the Mitten, the lower peninsula. Christmas is in the upper peninsula near, well, practically on. It is on. It's right next to Munising, and Munising is on Lake Superior. BJ, that'd be cool. Love to see BJ. There's a Christmas Michigan in the thumb? I did not know of that. How can you have two Christmases in Michigan? Wait a minute, you can have Christmas in July. Bob lived in a town in Ohio called Funk. Funk you. Is that where Grand Funk Railroad came from? Poison, thank you. It was. Talk dirty to me. Yeah, Tina, I think you've been to Christmas in the Upper Peninsula. I'm pretty sure you have. When you've been up there more than I have. Well, you were at Pictured Rocks once, and I think you were coming in from the Munising side, unless you were closer to Grand Marais. No, I don't mean Troy. Don't get close. Never mind. There's so many songs, and I hear them every day. WIV is their 50th anniversary, by the way, of rocking and rolling. I'm trying to get one of their t-shirts. They said they would be free, and now they're trying to charge me $27. I'm like, I need to. Yes, yeah, Poison is the band. A public service announcement, adult content. Well, I do have to have some disclaimers. One of them being, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Or your cousin Bob and Joe, okay. But Barbara Jean, BJ Thomas is your cousin as well, aren't they, Timmy? Or am I? Yeah, I know they are. Or BJ is. I realize Keith's married into the family. Poor guy. No, he's a lucky man being with BJ, that's for sure. Christmas Town. Well, from M23, Frankenmuth's not that very far. And there's also Birch Run. If you got a few bucks to spend, go to Birch Run. It's real close to Frankenmuth. Those are outlet stores. Good place for shopping. Mike's video disclaimer. No, I don't know if I've heard that one. You talking Megafan Mike or who? We're going to end this in 6 minutes. I know you can't see me because I don't have a fairy light. Let's see. See if we can make love by the dashboard lights. Come on, why isn't it turning on? I probably got a dead battery. Wouldn't that be shit? I can't get my dome light to come on. What the shit? Oh, it's on now. Oh, I probably have to have the key. There, it's on. Can't see me, but you kind of sort of see me. Traveling Mike, thank you. I am not sure, Lynn. Oh, Timmy says BJ is my cousin. My other cousin's name is Bobby Joe. Okay. This is Daryl, and this is my other brother, Daryl. Or wait, this is my brother, Daryl, and this is my other brother, Daryl. And I sure love that joke that Nancy had about the twins. I bought some lights today. They're somewhere back here. And all right, we got 4 minutes. Let me see if I can reach it. I got to quick put the batteries in. But everything's in the same bag. Let's see if I can do this. They didn't have Lucy lights where I went today. So I decided on an option. You wouldn't believe it. It was listed at $6. I got it for $1.87. I think it was, I think the UPC or whatever. I think it misread somehow. That's probably the wholesale cost of this. I'm thinking I should go back with about $20 and buy them out. I can get them all for $1.87. Hell yeah. And I bought Brillo pads too for cleaning. How do I open this? Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble. I don't know how to open this. Ah, crap. This might end the show. Maybe I don't want to go buy these. And how do they ground it from there? I only see, well, there are 2 wires. Okay. There's this little case. I know you can't see it. And that's where you're supposed to put the batteries in, but I can't get it to open. Phooey. Ah, there. Oh, I just broke the box. Oh. Okay, the box was glued in. And now it's not glued in, but I can re-glue it, I guess. I'm going to be sending you some glue too, Tina. No, not for your ass. For another project. So be expecting some mail with some glue. Ooh, this may just work. Thank you, Tina. Bob Newhart shows, yeah, they were great. So now you can see me. Do it tomorrow. I got it right here. Check it out. Okay, so it's not, 1,100 lumens, but I like it. It's an anchor with these little tiny LED lights. I think if I get a couple more of them, maybe put them on the dashboard as backlighting or put them somewhere. All right. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, it's time to go. You got super glue? I don't know if you need super glue, but it would work. I'm thinking for that bone that you showed, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, Buddy's bone. Anyways, but it's a wall hanging type thing. It's probably, I don't know, maybe a foot long. Put it on the bus. Yeah, it will be on the bus. I do. Man, I can hardly wait till next Tuesday. All right, well, we'll wrap this up. Is everybody still here? Or did everybody leave already? Here's how we're going to wrap this up tonight for adult humor. Our first one. That's not really our first one. It's just a prelude, prematurely. But I came up with an idea for the toilet on the bus. The curtain or the door that will enclose the toilet is going to have the name on there. And instead of, what it's going to say is Captain Jack's Crapper. You only have to move one letter over, or the space. Instead of Captain Jack Scrapper, it's Captain Jack's Crapper. Just so you know. All right, mateys. Fair winds and smiles. And of course, may God bless. Good night. Thank you for coming aboard. End the broadcast. Quick.